What's going on, everybody? You are now tuned in to the Triple M Boxing Channel, your source for all your boxing needs. November 15th, live on Netflix, we saw a legend, an absolute legend go to work. And
Jake
he
Paul.
asked the job. Yeah, it was Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. But wow, I have a lot of things to say about that fight. There's still a lot of unanswered questions, very questionable questions. But other than that, man, I'm not gonna lie, that whole fight card is actually pretty entertaining, minus the last fight. What are your thoughts?
It was good. I actually liked, even in the first fight, man, it was pretty good. All the fights were good. The last one, but I mean, we'll talk about it later. But we kind of expected that, the man is 60 years old. But this I'll say though, we talked about how Netflix, if it's gonna be good for the sport, I'd say it was. It brought a lot of traffic, but I only got one thing to say, man. If Netflix wants to be in this, wants to be a part of the stage where you stream not even just live boxing, they're gonna do live NFL on Christmas Day. They better fix their live streaming, man. I thought I was illegally streaming the whole fight. I kept restarting Netflix, man. I missed a lot of a lot of moments. I say it was good, but what I can say is just prepare more next time, because you expect that a lot of people will be on the site or on the app, and that's exactly what happened, man. It was crashing a lot of times. It was loading, and even if it loaded, I was watching the fights at 240p. It was ridiculous, man. But that's all I can say. It's good for boxing, but it's not gonna be it's not gonna keep on going if it keeps happening like this. So.
No, they need to fix. They need to fix a little bit of their back end, man, because they overloaded the servers, man. I think that's what happened. That's definitely what happened. If there was 50 million people watching, were y'all servers ready for 50 million people? I'm pretty sure they did not expect that, in my opinion. But maybe they
surprising, did. But that's not a boxing topic. You know what I mean? That's for them to figure it out.
Exactly. Next thing you know, we're an IT podcast. Who knows? That might be our niche. But
my God.
Let's go over this fight card, man. The first fight we'll cover, Mario Barrios versus Abel Ramos. That fight was incredible. An all-out Mexican war. One thing I want to say, and I'm going to say this outright. Abel being the smaller guy, quote-unquote smaller guy, his knockdown against Mario, in my opinion, was way more significant than Mario Barrios' knockdown against Abel Ramos. When he knocked Abel Ramos down, it looked like a flash knockdown. It was like, okay, whatever. That was nice. He caught me. But when Abel Ramos knocked down Mario Barrios, he was seeing stars. He got spaghetti legs. He thought it was the next business day, and he was about to get an Amazon order, and he forgot where he was. Bro, I was quite shocked that he was able to do that to Mario, and Mario got a hell of a chin.
Yeah, man, it's a fight that started a little underwhelming. Two Mexicans with Mexican styles. I thought they were going to go all out war, but it became boxing match the first few rounds. But then right when Abel Ramos got dropped, he was able to recover really well, able to actually fight. He gave the fight to Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios, as good as he is, he was able to counter and establish that jab, but at the same time, he was also getting hit. It was a hard fight to score. And I agree. When he was hurt, he was in Bambi legs for the full round. It was a good recovery, but he was hurt, and he was really hurt. And mind you, Keith Thurman was able to hurt him. Obviously Gervonta, but a guy like not knocking down Abel Ramos, but a guy like Abel Ramos was able to hurt him. So I for me, I think draw was actually the best call. I think it was a draw. Should they run it again? I think so, but for you to become the world champion, obviously you got to perform. And I'm assuming I'm assuming, if you want a bigger fight, like in Boots or these other world champions, you got to be able to beat Abel Ramos and perform. So I'm expecting a rematch, probably in a different undercard, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I thought Mario Barrios was gonna dog walk Abel Ramos,
See, me
but after
too.
watching that fight, I was like, "Whew, bro, Abel Ramos." Once he was able to knock Mario down, his confidence went through the roof.
Yep.
Imagine if he had that confidence from round one.
Yep.
I think it might have been over. In my opinion.
If they rematch, that might be the difference maker. Round one, he already knows. He already got hit. He's probably just gonna push the gas pedal and see. But we shall see.
We shall see indeed, man. Now the co-main event. This one was quite shocking. I'm not gonna lie to you. Definitely fight of the night. It was a bloody war. Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor. What are your thoughts on that fight? That crazy, crazy war.
I have mixed feelings about it. I'll address it. Number one, I don't agree with the point deduction. Not at all. It's not like it was intentional. It's just their styles. If you see Katie Taylor, he doesn't. He kind of, yes, he leads with his head, but he doesn't lead where he jump. She doesn't lead where she jumps and actually, hit the other person. If you watch the replay, every time Amanda Serrano got hit, it's when she was moving forward, while Katie was also moving forward. That's why they were clashing heads. So I don't agree with the point deduction. I think the ref was a little extra. Therefore, that fight was really close. That fight was really close where I thought a draw would be, I thought it was a draw. It was really close. Katie was hitting Amanda with cleaner shots, but Amanda was hitting Katie with way more shots. The CompuBox showed that she hit Katie 100 times more than Katie hit her. So, obviously the numbers are there. Amanda was able to land more punches, but Katie, in my opinion, was able to land more accurate and cleaner punches. I'm not mad with the draw. But that being said, though, if I scored the fight as a draw with the point deduction that I don't agree with, but at the end of the day, that's a point deduction, they should have given it to Amanda. Will I call robbery? It's a close fight to say it's robbery. But all I can say is I thought Amanda Serrano won. I thought it was a really close fight with 1 point deduction, and that should have been enough for her to get the win. What do you think?
I agree, man. It's just, what were the judges scoring it off of, right? Is it by the perception of the damage that was done? If so, hell yeah, man, Katie Taylor won.
Yeah.
I'm going to start headbutting people accidentally. That's what I'm going to do, right? But, like, if we're basing it off of volume, you're right. The CompuBox numbers, bro, Amanda Serrano.
It's like 110 or something.
Landed way more. Yeah.
That's a lot of punches. 100 more punches is a lot, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. But with all of that said, like, the decision's the decision. We can't go back on that. I think the only thing that's right for this, run it back. Number 3.
You got to do it again.
Has to. And you already know that fight's going to
another fight of the year, probably.
Literally. Yeah, literally.
And this is what I'm going to say, though. It sucks, though, for Amanda Serrano because obviously she's 0-2 against Katie Taylor. For you to be able to win this, if there's a trilogy, if it happens, which I really hope so, she gotta get her out of there, man. I think that's just the way to break the tiebreaker. Because if you win a close decision, man, it's 2-1. You know what I mean? Then, hell, we probably get another fight. But they're both getting older. They're both late 30s. So I just think Amanda Serrano needs a KO in the next fight, and just to actually bring it to Katie Taylor.
100%. Imagine it's like Manny Pacquiao versus Juan Marquez. The final fight.
Yeah.
He knocks Manny Pacquiao out. That's sealed the deal. That's it. There's no more rematches after that. You got yours on me, but bro, I knocked you out.
Yep. If you think about it, they're 2-1 and 1 draw. Even though that draw, you can argue Manny probably won that fight. Manny has 2 wins over Marquez, but Marquez has no question the best win of that fights that they have.
Yeah, that nullifies anything else. That's it. You know? So I think they need to run it back. They need to run it back. Now, the very last fight, what a way to end the night.
They don't need to run it back. They don't need to run this
back. They do not need to run it back, man. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Jesus. Was it everything that you expected and more, or what?
It was, except for the knockout. I told you, I kind of saw that Mike Tyson was gonna get knocked out, but I hate to say this, but even Jake Paul said it. He was kind of pushing it. He was holding it back a little bit, which I really do respect. To me, other than the win, like if you're Mike Tyson, if you were gonna lose, that was the best outcome. To actually have in that fight. You're not really taking that much damage. You were able to hit Jake Paul. You're able to box. You're able to last 8 rounds, even though it's just 2 minutes, and not get knocked down or knockout, obviously. So I think that's the best case scenario without a win for Mike Tyson. And he's almost 60 years old, and I expected that. I wasn't expecting him to knock out Jake Paul. He threw what? He didn't even throw 100 punches, I think. So he was a 60-year-old man that night. And shout out to Jake Paul for not really, because I felt like Jake Paul could have just pushed the pace after like the 4th round. Mike Tyson's 3rd round, even Mike Tyson's mouth was already open. He was already kind of digging deep. Jake Paul could have, in my opinion, pushed the pace. Well, he didn't. He just boxed. Did a few combo, moved around, and like I said, it was underwhelming for a lot of audience because people were expecting a knockout, either not Mike knocking out Jake Paul or obviously Jake Paul knocking out Mike, but that didn't happen. But at the end of the day, the sold tickets, they did almost triple the gate of what Canelo did against Billy Saunders in the arena. So I think it's a successful event for both fighters, man.
Huge event, man. I'm going to say it right now, though. That was the easiest payday for Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. The safest payday, No one got knocked out. They all leave in with no headaches.
Yep.
Hopefully, So it's like, I have so many mixed feelings about this fight. I've been telling everybody before the fight even happened, bet the fight to go to distance. And what happened? It went to distance.
You're right. Like
I said before, man, Jake Paul, he's a smart marketer, on the biggest platform ever, Netflix. They were saying, 50 million people watching. Well, 50 million people watch Jake Paul knock out Mike Tyson. No way. Because he's smart. People are paying for Mike Tyson to potentially knock out Jake Paul. And also keep in mind, the rounds were 8 2-minute rounds, 14-ounce gloves.
Yeah.
Possibly could be a knockout, but at the same time, it's like, do you really think Mike Tyson, 58-year-old Mike Tyson, is gonna knock out Jake Paul? In all the media leading up to it, with him like sparring and whatnot, hitting pads, everyone's like, hell yeah, he can.
They sold it really well.
Back. They did. But when the fight happened, what was he doing? What?
He was 60 years old.
Man.
I knew this coming along, but I've watched so much boxing where I see where I know, but Jake Paul, I applaud him, man. He was able to. They were able to create an event where everyone won, and Mike Tyson didn't get knocked out. He got to the bag. He wasn't embarrassed. Hell, Jake Paul knocked down all these opponents except for him. Jake Paul, on the other hand, can say that he did beat Mike Tyson. Not a lot of people can say that. So, and he got to the bag, and now, obviously he's going to get to more money and to more events because of what happened. Man, I think for him to be in this position after 4 years of actually professionally boxing, that's amazing, man. Guess who's calling him out now? Better BF. That's ridiculous, and I think he's found the Floyd Jake Paul has found the Floyd formula where he is the villain. You know, a lot of people want to see him lose. A lot of people hate him because he's arrogant. He's cocky. A lot of people want to see him get knocked out. Mike Tyson, everyone wanted to see Mike Tyson knock him out, but Jake put himself in that position where, that hate or that dislike towards him is getting him to the bag, man. So shout out to Jake Paul for doing his thing.
Yeah, man, it's not all bad, because at the end of the day, man, Mike Tyson, bro, it takes a lot of balls to even step in the ring. So especially at 58. So
yeah,
hats off to Mike Tyson for actually doing it. And the second thing people have to remember, Jake Paul, the Jake Paul you see on TV, you see on boxing, you see at all these press conferences, that's just the character. What they don't see is the Jake Paul behind the scenes, providing opportunity. Look what he did with Amanda Serrano. Dude,
yep.
He got her paid, and paid well, right? So he's opening up opportunities. He's opening up more avenues for people to find boxes. So people can hate all they want on Jake Paul, but he's helping the sport go to places where it needs to be.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes,
man.
sir.
So, with that said, man, let's see Jake Paul versus Archer Beterbiev. Let's see that fight happen. We'll see.
Work your way
goes.
up, man. Let Bivol get my man first, man. Come on, we need that rematch.
That's true.
Sit down,
We'll
Jake.
see that first. We'll see that first, and then you take them afterwards.
Yeah.
But that'd be a fight to watch. But let us know what you guys think in the comment section below, man. Do you think that fight was rigged? I hate using that word, but do you think it was rigged? Was it scripted? Do you think Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor should run it back? Do you think it was a draw? Do you think Mario Barrios versus Abel Ramos 2 would be anything different, man? Let us know in the comment section down below. And until next time, guys, we are the opposite of in.